anyone really wants to know about why selective breeding will be the best thing for
Which would mean that you're just a breeder, not a mom.
our community, then they can come to my channel where I explain that, as I also talk about the dynamic between Black men and Black women.
You already explained that. Why would they need to come to your channel?
And Black women's need to have standards, expectations, and boundaries.
Oh, standards. 80% of y'all overweight.
Yep.
So now there's standards now?
Why are you up?
Because I got some important shit going on here. What do you think?
Boom, the world class.
The harlot, the Babylon harlot.
Wow.
The evidence of the Antichrist.
You want to go all the way back to history, then let's go back to history when Black men were selling their own people into white supremacy. Let's go back into history when
they weren't. They were selling the people into each other.
Mm-hmm.
That's what the truth is. Transatlantic slave trade was us selling white people, particularly white women, because a slave is a Slav. S-L-A-V, Slavic, Slavonkian, Scandinavian. That's the shit they don't want to talk about. So slavery was a regular business. It was indentured servitude. What we got here wasn't slavery because we're not slaves. What we got here was dehumanization.
And 16 years off the plantation, Black men weren't worried about a war being waged on them. They were worried about getting access to white women. That's what you were worried about. And it's interesting. There's a reason why I feel like Umar
saying shit, but ain't putting no proof behind nothing she says, and you can't find proof on any part of her channel to support any of that. Ku Klux Klan was going ham when we fucking got out, and the people that got hung the most and cut up the most was males.
Our focus mostly on me and Hope's attitudes, and it's because he can't accurately answer the question. He mentioned names, not accomplishments. And the reason being is because
I think he mentioned those names specifically because the accomplishments of those people.
So this is a little bit into the interview. We missed a little bit, but just the meat and potatoes. Her stupid comments was enough to start it because that's what she did.
Don't have to be explained.
Right, but those accomplishments are also accomplishments that I've heard Umar Johnson speak negatively about, specifically the civil rights movement and how damaging it was to Black people. But now he wants to sit here and say the very people who accomplished that were accomplishing something beneficial when, in his own opinion, that wasn't beneficial and did more harm to the community than good. So I think that because we're having such a dishonest discussion where Black men don't want to take accountability for what they've done. They want to be the victims of society, but then they want submission from the women. The bottom line is I'm not willing to deflect.
What this is weak females like her who are terrified. And it is people that got information on her other than what she said. I don't really care about her life. But she's terrified to be held accountable for what she done, so they do the narcissist shit where they attack you with what they're guilty of. You want to be the victim. Yeah, and because you live in a scarcity mentality, you live like Highlander. That can be only one. We both can't be victims because you got to make sure you get more shit. I got watched narcissistic tactics. The number one thing they do all the time. Number one telltale sign is lack of empathy. But they always accuse you of what they are actually doing in real life. Right. Child allegiance. You want to talk about victimhood, but you kill innocent children. Like, I don't understand that. How do you think you got credibility? Like, I don't understand. You know what I'm saying? Like, how do you think you got credibility to talk about somebody else, but you promoting your women to kill innocent children that didn't do anything to anybody? Cynthia Gremlin G, my fault.
From the fact that number one, Black men are the greatest non-white contributors to white supremacy. Let's just be real.
Y'all, Black females have murdered 24,114,000 children in the 60 years. Y'all have killed more of our people than the white supremacy. You kill more in 60 years, and I'm giving you 60 years when really it's literally just from 1973. You kill more in that time frame in your cemetery womb than all of so-called white supremacy over 200 years. So that's a lie, lady.
White supremacy couldn't even exist without black men's compliance. They're always uplifting whiteness, biracial children, and trying to assimilate. And that's why when
you can't make this shit up, people. You cannot make this shit up.
Example. Get the fuck off my phone, bitch.
Every sentence she says is insane.
Bitch, don't you realize you biracial? If that ain't self-hate, bro, what is? You can't make this shit up. I'm gonna try to get through. I don't like stupid comments and stupid statements, but that's what she is. She's a stupid person. Her Nathan Daly shit.
back to the notion of the only time black men truly feel like there's a war against them is when they feel like they're being punished for something white men do.
What? Bro, what are you talking about, man?
What's going on?
Get him
I heard
off
what you
the
said.
line.
I
didn't know if you
what's
knew
going-
this.
No, I'm just asking you what's going on.
Didn't
I
when
get
you
that.
get
I
there.
don't know why you're not listening to me.
No hair.
Let's back up for a second. I just want to get clarity.
Mhm.
Something. You hear what you're saying out loud?
At the end of the day, y'all dropped the ball.
Well, let's just say that's true, right? Let's chew on this a little bit. Let's just say that's true. So that's how I trash people in debates. I give you everything you're saying. And then the question I'm going to bring is, and the perspective I'm going to bring is going to devastate it. Why wouldn't we, if they sit, we got to go through compliance meetings. We have to go through training. We have to do the Pledge of Allegiance. We got to go through this system where this system is constantly telling us that we're all equal. We're all equal. So if I'm saying, if we're all equal, and this is what you told me, so I won't flip on you or steal your stuff while I'm working at Walmart. If that's what you told me, and I see you do it, why wouldn't I want you to go down like I went down? What's wrong with that? I don't understand it. Even if we talking crime shit, why the fuck wouldn't I? What's y'all take on that?
I think it's facts. Bitch, we both stole soap. We going down together. Shit, the same way. I get 5 years, you get 5 years. Yeah, we both stole that ham, bitch. We both stole that ham. I want you to get the same time I get, goddammit.
Facts.
Shit.
Well, you think you got a point, but you don't?
Equal rights. They don't want equal rights. They just be talking like they want it.
They just don't want us to get more stuff than them. Go ahead, Lou. My bad.
The funny thing about what she's saying is that if you watch a documentary about how chimpanzees work, right? Let's take it back to the chimpanzees. The female chimpanzees, although they love their male chimpanzees that they were originally with, whoever loses gets left behind. Are you kidding me? So you're telling black men to fight against quote unquote white supremacy, to go out and die for you, and then whoever dies or whoever gets injured in battle is going to get left by the same females that told the males to go out and fight. Interesting. You're not willing to stay single. You're not willing to hold people down, or stay widowed, I should say. You're not willing to stay widowed and hold the family name down. You're willing to move on and betray your own people, but yet tell your men to go to the slaughter. You know what, Cynthia G? Yo.
Talk to her. She tagged in this. So talk to her.
She should go down to Brazil and speak like this. She should go to Africa and speak like this. She should go to Central Asia and speak like this. Because sitting in her fucking $4,000 California apartment, talking on the internet, telling black men to go to the slaughter so she can get her equity HR job making $250K a year protected by the corporation is fucking hilarious to me. What are we talking about here?
We ain't talking, she talking.
Facts. She talking fucking top.
You're blaming white supremacy on your failures. We already know there's oppression, but black women are double oppressed.
I don't know what that means. I don't know what that means, and I don't want you to keep going.
Are you done? Are you done?
We have more barriers to face. You have male privilege.
Woo!
Hey, yo. Woo! You double oppressed.
More like double equity.
You double oppressed. If y'all double oppressed, then wouldn't it be like quadruple oppressed for the children? Y'all kill 649 children a day. That's 27 children an hour. Y'all divest is one about being killed once every 5.5 hours. Even if you just take the 5 hours, what is that? 100. Jesus Christ!
They can't help themselves. They make anthems about it. What effing and free, self deletion on my mind. You know what I'm saying? They can't help themselves.
They double oppressed. Y'all spend 73 cents out of every dollar within the first 6 to 24 hours and give it to anybody but us. You give a rate of return of 73% a day to anybody but us. And the fact that you can do that is evidence that you have zero oppression. You don't have any because you suck fucking value from any and everybody in our community and give it to white people.
I'm just letting y'all know I'm over here laughing my ass off. I'm loving this. This shit is like McDonald's. I'm loving it. Go in, keep going in, y'all.
Yo, so when you see these fucking these companies investing in black females' education, they investing in her education because they gonna get their money back today.
You can't make this shit up, people. You cannot make this shit up.
They're gonna get it back today.
The Sosa, come up here and defend your Gremlin G. Come on up here. Come on up here. We waiting, the Sosa.
Bro, I work with chicks that walk their dogs 5 times a day. Like, if that's not equity, I don't know what the fuck. Because if I step away from my laptop, the people who matter, the people who actually get shit done, they get calls. Hey, Lou, I haven't seen you move your mouse in 30 seconds. What are you doing? But yet the chicks can go out, walk their dogs, go to the gym midday because I work from home. I have equity. I'm a female, blah, 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 blah. But yet I'm oppressed.
Yes, that's exactly what I mean.
I love the internet. Put it like that. It's explosive.
The patriarchal system, and you can't even get it right.
Well, Dr. Umar, I think we all know your stance on interracial marriages.
Absolutely, but let me also
so please acknowledge what the rest of what Cynthia G has said.
Absolutely, I'm not sure where Sister Cynthia took history class.
She didn't.
The real thing about the transatlantic slave trade. The transatlantic slave trade was a European enterprise.
I'm talking about the sub-Saharan. I'm talking about the sub-Saharan slave trade. You should go look into it.
This is what I deal with all the time, bro. So y'all can just see it's not unique to me. When they know the person that is speaking is known to be intelligent, they hate when we talk. They gotta start talking when we just like they do all the antagonistic shit out. It didn't work. You're not gonna get me to get off my square. You're not gonna get me to break decorum. Because you thought it was going to hit. It didn't hit. It's just wrong shit. So you start like that. Like I usually start with a punchline. Something I know is going to hurt their little feelings. And they have to start talking. And I'm tired of y'all doing it, but I got something for your ass. I got something for y'all ass.
Excuse me.
Keep on doing it.
Well, you address me.
May I finish?
Go look into the
May I
sub-Saharan slave trade where black men are trading their women and children for alcohol and
tobacco. I
tobacco.
monologue. May I finish?
Go ahead, Dr. Umar.
The transatlantic slave trade was a European enterprise. It was not an African enterprise, although there were some chiefs who participated in it. By no means did they control the direction and extension of the transatlantic slave trade. So that's number one. Number two, black men resisted enslavement, not only on the shores of Africa, but right here in America. We celebrate Nat Turner, Denmark Vesey, Gabriel Prosser. There's literally hundreds of documented attempts by African men to liberate not only themselves, but their women and their children. So to act like we just sat there and we're complicit in our own oppression is absolutely ridiculous. The other point I want to clarify for your information, Cynthia G, you've never, ever heard me condemn the civil rights movement. The good Reverend Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. is a hero of mine. And despite me being a Pan-African nationalist, I take issue with other black nationalists who do want to dismiss Dr. King's accomplishment. The civil rights movement was necessary because it removed a psychological scar that suggested of racial inferiority. So you've never heard me deride the civil rights movement. I support it, although I took certain issues with it. The bottom line is, when black women, black girls, black boys listen to this conversation we're having today, they're going to be confused because they hear two brothers speaking of a greater context to the problems that affect black men, and you hear two intelligent, beautiful black women who want to keep scapegoating black men while ignoring the historical and contemporary systemic challenges that are constantly placed in our way. I'm going to say this and be quiet, Sister Tammy. I got to give you this. There was a recent piece of research, Tammy, that came out, and the research said a black man with a master's degree, they did a study. They had white males who had come out of prison apply for jobs. They had black men with master's degrees, Sister Tammy, apply for the jobs. And guess what? The white males with prison history and no education were called back more than 75% of the time than black men with no prison history and a master's degree.
I'm aware of that. I am aware of that survey.
Women want to do to liberate themselves of the community. They can't do it without the men. It is not a competition. It should be a collaboration. But once again, some of us in the conversation are so filled with hatred for the opposite gender that we can never get around to talking about solutions. And in speaking of clips, Sister Tammy, there is one clip you might want to ask Sister Cynthia about, because it was sent to me by about 30 people several months ago, maybe even weeks, where she suggested that women, black women, should abort their black male fetuses because after birth they would not contribute to anything worthwhile. Could you ask her to clarify her comments?
I would love to.
Well, I would love to too, but we don't have time.
Well, if
Whoa! What?
anyone really wants to know about why selective breeding.
I want y'all to look at the thing at the top left.
Sister Tammy, there is one clip you might want to ask Sister Cynthia about because it was sent to me by about. You asked her to clarify her comments.
I would love to.
Women.
Well, I would.
Look at the thing at the top left.
Look at the facial expression on the left, bro.
Look at it.
I would love to too, but we
Look at
don't
her
have
face.
time.
If that shit don't look like a cartoon character, that thing.
Oh man,
Listen, we that thing is next. It's
Even
tagged.
though it's a
eyes was
well, let me
bulging.
just call her a her just for the sake of conversation, but her face on the top left was hilarious. Even she was like, that's too much. That's
They wasn't ready for the clapback. They weren't ready for the clapback. Since this is what we doing, since we play games.
If anyone really wants to know about why selective breeding will be the best thing for
Which would mean that you're just a breeder, not a mom.
our community, then they can come to my channel where I explain that, as I also talk about the dynamic between black men and black women.
You already explained that. Why would they need to come to your channel?
And black women's need to have standards, expectations, and boundaries.
Oh, standards. 80% of y'all overweight.
Yep.
So now there's standards now? Oh my gosh. Isn't that something? That's amazing now. All of a sudden you're going to start killing children and have standards. That's interesting.
Down the Marco. Down the Marco. Got him! Got him! Oh! Washed.
They would be fools to resist my divine power. His death was a necessary loss. Soon I will have a new apprentice, one far younger and more powerful. Remember, when a king is loved as I am, much can be accomplished.
We didn't do this because we like you. We did this because we are you.
Boom, the world class.